Hi everyone, welcome back. We are still on week 37 since starting using Mounjaro to support me with my weight loss and fitness goals. It's Monday morning, it is now just gone 11 AM and yeah, I thought I would do a bit of vlogging through the week to show you how it's all going. If you caught my previous video, you will know that the last week I was here and there, out of my routine and was feeling a bit discombobulated. Still managed to have a good £1 loss, which I'm very happy with, but was really feeling like I wanted to get back into my routine and my steadiness. I'm a bit of a creature of habit, I'm realising. So I'm feeling very good, but today we've started a new week with a Monday morning, 6:30 AM spin class. I'm already booked in for spin on Wednesday and Friday, as always, and I'm actually looking forward to doing park run on Saturday as well. So hopefully this week is going to run smoothly for me, especially as I am so close to that £100 weight loss since first starting using Mounjaro in summer last year. So close. I'm not expecting to hit that this week because that would mean losing £4 this week, and I'm just not sure that £4 in a week is realistic at this point. I've had weeks where I've lost big numbers, I've had weeks where I've lost very small numbers, I've had weeks where I've gained because I've been on a holiday and enjoying life, and I know that many of you in the comments have said that's what it's all about, so we'll see. I don't think I'm going to have a £4 weight loss this week, but hopefully I will continue to inch ever closer. Now, I normally take my injection on a morning, but the last one I took was last Tuesday evening because of going away, which means that today, being Monday morning, the effects of that latest shot will be starting to decrease in my body. I'm feeling fine today. I don't feel any need to bring it forwards. So I'm going to go with tomorrow again and keep it at that 7 days. And I guess now my shot day will be a Tuesday, which is a bit random. I don't know why. Just feels a bit random to me. I've kind of generally been like a weekend Saturday person most of the time. So maybe we'll get back to that at some point. But positively, considering that I have very few and little side effects, I don't feel that I need to plan to take my shot each week at the weekend in case I'm not able to work or do anything. I've been able to take it and just carry on day to day with no negative impacts. But that last injection I took was the last one from my pen, and that's a 10mg pen. Yes, I took a 5th dose from that pen, and that pen I was able to just do the twisting with force and get that 5th dose out, so I didn't have to start using insulin syringe needles to extract it and to do all of that. So I think that pen was still one of the older design pens. And I have again stuck with Zava because for me, as a supplier, they work well, and through people using the referral code that I have linked in my description to save money off their first order, I have then got some credits as well. So I really want to use those up, save some pennies whilst I can. So yeah, so I've ordered from Zava, and that's the first pen I've ordered since the recently published changes around prescribing requirements, etc. So I did think, how's this gonna go? And interestingly, it is the first time I was asked to upload updated photos and answer a few more questions. So I didn't have to arrange any video call or kind of one-to-one face-to-face consultations, but I did have an email come through to say your order's on hold, and I had to upload those photos before they would then review it and release my order. Thankfully, all of that was done within 24 hours, and the pen's arrived, and it's now safely in the fridge for me to take tomorrow. But interestingly, that is the first time I've ever been asked to upload updated photos. And I'll tell you what, showing photos of me in my most form-fitting clothes was still a bit humble pie, even though I am £96 down. I really went back and forwards as to what to order my next pen. I've been on the 10mg now for, I think, 3 pens. I kind of lost track, but certainly for a while. And I was like, is now the time to go up to the next pen, so the 12.5? I was really went back and forth. And what I realised was 10mg is still working for me really well. And the reason that I was thinking about going up to the next dose was simply because of that fear of what if it stops working? What if I order my next pen, stay on the 10 milligram, and then after a week I'm like, oh, this isn't working, I'm really struggling, having a hard time. And that was literally the only reason. So once I kind of like unpacked that and was like, well, what is my biggest concern? Why do I feel the need to go up? I was like, you know what? Another 10 milligram it is. So I think this is my 4th 10 milligram pen now that I will be starting this week. Maybe after this one I will go up to a 12.5, but we'll see. Because actually, if I get another 4 or 5 weeks of this working well for me, I continue to lose weight, maybe I'll do another 10 milligram again. Maybe I'll be the 10 milligram king. I do know if I followed the standard increments, 4 weeks, then 5 milligram, 4 weeks, 7.5, 4 weeks, 10. By now I'd be on the 15 milligram and have been there with nowhere else to go to. But actually, I'm still getting good losses. I'm still feeling the benefits in my feeling full, in the reduced food noise, in the being able to make better decisions around what I'm eating most of the time. I'm not having any negative side effects. And 10 milligram is cheaper than a 12.5. So even with the Zabo referral codes that I've got, it still is going to be cheaper sticking on the lower dose rather than racing to the top. So that's what I've done. Another pen on 10 milligrams. Will I come to regret it? Oh, I hope not. This morning I was up early and honestly I was all ready to come out for a run. Had my little running top on, had some shorts, trainers, hat, everything. And then my body reminded me that we had harissa chili last night and I thought running wasn't for the best. So instead we come out nice and early. It's just gone 7 AM, the sun is up, it's looking gorgeous here on the Burrows. So I'm having a good old walk this morning to get some steps in before starting work. And yeah, just seeing the horses, the sheep, just the signs of summer on its way. I'm feeling in such a good mood. So let's go and have a little walk before we go back. And it is Tuesday, it's been 7 days, so it's time to take my next Mounjaro shot. How good was that to be outside with a bit of sunshine to start the day? I know I'm being lulled into a false sense of security. I know that April is around the corner and it's probably going to be wet and raining the whole month, but I'll take what I can. Oh, God, it does feel good. Anyway, as I was out walking, thinking about getting home and taking my Mounjaro shot for the week, I was thinking about how well it's gone over the past 4 weeks now, I think, since changing up my injection site and taking my shot in my abdomen. If you're not caught up or if you've not seen the videos, I have previously always been doing it in my thigh, had no problems with my thigh whatsoever, worked well for me. But then there was a trial, research, and a few videos that I caught on YouTube, and they just discussed different injection sites and what people reported in terms of the positive benefits of taking a GLP-1 medication like Mounjaro compared to the negative side effects, to the nausea, the feeling unwell, etc. And what I took away from it was that actually to feel the strongest suppression, to get the most support with weight loss, the abdomen came out as being the best site. Now I know that lots of people, when I put that video out, were commenting saying, oh, it's in your head, or that they don't agree with it. And I think I'm being really clear here that this is my personal experience. But I really do feel like taking the Mounjaro in my abdomen, in my belly fat for the last 4 weeks has really helped and worked for me and has prevented me from needing to go up in doses. I think if I'd stuck with my thighs, I would have gone up now. Instead, I've got a brand new 10 milligram pen that I'm going to be using for the next 5 weeks. And I will just point out that after I put out that video, very shortly afterwards, other videos started cropping up from other people giving their opinions on it. I can only talk about my personal experience. Is it a placebo? Is it in my head? I mean, it could be. But I think I've been taking Mounjaro for long enough now to have a good sense of what is genuinely working versus what is just what you kind of create or read into. But what I was thinking whilst I was out was like, yeah, I'm going to stick with my abdomen. I was thinking it through. And then I thought, okay, so the 3 injection sites that are identified, recommended, given to you to choose from are upper thighs, belly, or the back of the arm. Those are the areas where, on the body typically you have a lot of fat. And so that's what you're injecting into to get this into your body doing its work. And then I started thinking, well, hang on a minute, because I have got some fat on my belly. I have still got some fat on my upper legs, on my thighs. I was like, I've got a lot of fat on my ass. Why has the bum fat not been a recommended site? And I was like, is it because if you're injecting there, you can't see it so well, so it's as hard or harder than doing the back of the arms? Is it because you're injecting and then potentially sitting down on it and it might just be uncomfortable? I don't know. I'm not for 1 second going to start doing it. I'm not suggesting you do it. But when I was thinking about, okay, changing from my thighs to my belly seems to have worked because of the amount of fat that's there for it to then be absorbed and dispersed around. And then I thought, well, I've got another place where there's lots of fat. But anyway, just a random thought whilst I was out this morning enjoying the sunshine. But pen, needle, wipes. Let's get this injection done, get this pen back in the fridge, and then let's log on for work. So that's interesting. I know I said I was going to get on with work. I will do. But that's interesting. Looking at this pen, I feel like that plunger mechanism is the newer one. So it looks like this is a newer pen since the kwikpen design has been changed. And so I'm anticipating that as I use the 4 doses, when I then go to twist it to break the pen to be able to then get that 5th dose, I'm expecting that this is going to not work. So a few weeks off, not a big worry. I have got some insulin needles to be able to draw it out and take it that way. But yeah, interesting. That's the first one I've had that has looked different. So we shall see. But that's a good 4 weeks away from now. Good morning. We are off to spin. It's just gone 6 a.m. I know I get very boring and repetitive, but it's light. I mean, it's not completely light, but it's getting light. It makes it so much easier to get up and get out in the mornings, and God, I feel so good for it. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved everything we did last week. I loved going away. I love the time that Dave and I spent together. I love the fact that we got to go and see my family. I love the fact that we get to go fly over to Disneyland Paris. But it also is so good to be back home, back in a routine. And yeah, I've actually been looking forward to getting up and going to spin this morning. Like, don't get me wrong, there are times when going to do any exercise is still a chore and it's still a task. So yeah, 45-minute spin class this morning, and then back home to get ready for the work day. I don't know if it's even going to come out on the camera, but the sky is so pink and colourful this morning as well. Jeez Louise. That was a very challenging class. I did enjoy it, but yeah, that was a real push. Like, it was good. It was good difficult as opposed to bad difficult. Something with exercising though, and now having lost, nearly 100 pounds of weight, is the calorie burn difference. Now, like, I'm not only doing exercise to burn calories. I know that sometimes that's the mentality that people have, and it definitely can help if you're focused on losing weight, being mindful of what you're eating, monitoring your calories going in, burning calories, burning extra calories through doing exercise. That's all part of that, isn't it? But it's not just that, and not this instructor. This instructor who does this class is really good. I really like. But I've been in classes before where the whole way through the exercise class, the instructor will be like, think of the calories you're burning. And I get it, but I don't think everyone who's there is there to burn calories. Not everyone needs to be burning calories. Not everyone needs to be thinking about losing weight. You know, it might also be about improving your cardio fitness, building muscle, improving your flexibility, improving your stamina. Like, there's so much more benefits from exercise than just burning calories to help you lose weight. This is not meant to be a lecture on everyone needs to exercise. And trust me when I say there's been many years when I've done no exercise, and I know how hard and scary it can be to get started, especially if you are out of shape, haven't exercised in a long time, are carrying extra weight. So I'm definitely not preaching or nagging or being like, oh, look at me. I'm just sharing like my experience, my reflections on my journey with losing weight and where I am now. So I use a Google Pixel watch, which is integrated with Fitbit. The reason I use this one is literally just because I'm a Google boy. My phone is Google. YouTube is part of a Google thing. So I have a Google account. We have the Google devices here at home. Like, everything is that. You know, obviously, you know, alternatives being Apple, blah, 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 blah. But I use this watch. It does track movement, steps, exercise, cardio load, all of that stuff. And so I do track my exercise in here to see how it's going. Like, have I pushed myself harder? Have I being able to kind of get my heart rate and my VO2 max up? You know, all of those like stats that are good if you're like a data nerd and you like seeing all of that. If you're not bothered. So one thing with that, and one thing that I'm kind of seeing is, like I've said, today's class was a real good workout. It was 45 minutes. I was pushing myself as hard as I could go. I really, really was like, right, come on, push. And when I felt like I wanted to slack off, I didn't. You know, I put my resistance up on the bike. I was pushing around, getting my heart rate up, moving my legs. And yeah, according to my watch, I burnt 300 calories less on this exercise class than I did when I was first started back with spin 9 months ago. And it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because if you have less weight and you're carrying less weight, your body has to work less hard. But as you get fitter and healthier and you are able to push yourself more, well, your body is also adapting to that. It's becoming more used to it. And so it's less of a challenge, although it is still a difficult exercise. Like, are you following me here? I'm not sure if I'm following myself. But the point being, today's class, I burnt 300 calories less than I would have done doing the same class at a lighter resistance 8 or 9 months ago. But that is literally just an observation for me. Like I've said, for me, that the exercise is so much more than just burning calories. Yeah, burning calories helps, but I'm really trying to not factor in calories burnt into what I kind of eat and my calories for the day. But if you are trying to lose weight and if you are exercising to burn calories, and that is a key part of your weight loss, health journey, then yeah, obviously just be aware of it, just be considering it, and maybe just checking out every now and again on those calories. Because if you've planned those extra 300 calories into your daily intake to support with your weight loss, and suddenly 9 months later those 300 calories aren't there, well, your weight loss might slow down. Did any of that make sense? I feel like maybe I need to like plan and do like a proper sit down talk about all of that when I've structured my thoughts a bit better and I'm not post spin kind of like, do you care about calories? You couldn't give a shit. Today is a day with no meetings, thank goodness. So I don't need to make an effort. It's just going to be a day of work. And then we've got a vet appointment this afternoon with Harper. But because it's no meetings, I was like, oh, I don't need to like, make any particular effort. I can just put on something easy. So I grabbed some clothes from the wardrobe. And let me just show you. I think it needs to go to the recycling bin, doesn't it? Like, it's almost like a dress. It's ridiculous. I know that like oversized is fashionable, or is it not fashionable anymore? I don't know. Do you show your ankles? Are you wearing the big socks? Who knows? But this is really gaping like around here, and it's definitely not doing much. So this is going to have to go, and I think these trousers need to go as well because they are tied up as tight as they can go, and they are shuffling down. which means my crotch is down to here, and yeah, they just look a bit silly, I think. Happy Friday, the last day of a working week. I have been up bright and early this morning, did that spin class. I've been working away all morning here at the desk, and it's just coming up to lunchtime. But also today, it is apparently Slytherin Pride Day, so putting it out there, I am a Slytherin and proud. So yeah, 21st of March, make of that what you will. Please don't unsubscribe. But I'm feeling good. I'm ready to take a break and get something to eat for lunch. We are going out this evening on a walking ghost tour. Not something that I'd picked to go and do, but we'll see how it goes. And maybe might get some chips whilst we're out as well. And then we're on to the weekend. So it's been a pretty good week. Side effects are nil. Literally no worries, nothing going on there. I do wonder if I should have gone up, because I also am not sure I'm getting the strongest sort of benefits and suppression, but I feel like I'm still able to, and I feel like having a few weeks where I'm potentially having to put a bit more willpower in is only going to support me to kind of just feel comfortable and confident in getting to a point where in the future I might either come down in the doses or completely come off Mounjaro. So not making things any easier for myself right now, but I still feel good. I feel in control. I definitely haven't felt the need or any kind of temptation to go and binge on loads of crap or to kind of, go off the rails. But I do feel like my mental effort is a bit higher right now. However, I've had this before, and I've had this change throughout the week sometimes, so it can change daily. Obviously, I took my latest injection on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So only 4 days, but it's fine. I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to getting to parkrun tomorrow morning and whatever else the weekend brings. So yesterday evening was good. We went on the walking ghost tour around the village near us. It was part of a 60th birthday celebration thing. To be honest, the walking tour itself, I was a bit and I don't know why. I thought it was going to be more scary and spooky, but it was something different to do. Other people in our group seemed to be more into it, so we then went to a very small Devonshire pub where there was birthday cake. Dave and I had planned we were going to get some chips afterwards, so we only had a very small dinner. We just had a protein ready meal from the freezer, which was chicken and barbecue and rice, whatever, and it was only 350 calories, so we were definitely wanting something else. And of course, all the fish and chip shops were closed well before we were done. So after dinner, all that we had yesterday was, I had a piece of birthday cake, had a pint, and then when we got home, had some bread and butter. But I have weighed in this morning, and I'll be honest with you, having had those bits to eat last night, having had bread, having had a pint, having had a piece of birthday cake, I was it's going to show up this morning on the scales, and I would just be fine with it, because actually I know it's not going to be a realistic fat gain. Just crack on. But as it turns out, that isn't what happened. And this morning I got on the scales, and I now weigh 16 stone and 2 pounds. So that's 226 pounds. That's 100 pounds weight loss. So I'm feeling very happy this morning. I honestly did not think it was going to be happening this week. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen next week. I was fully prepared for this to be something that would be out of reach or just on the horizon for a few more weeks. But yeah, a 4 pound weight loss this week, bringing me to 100 pounds total within 37 weeks since starting. That 100 pounds goal, or milestone, has been there for a few months now. But yeah, finally getting to that 100 pounds. And I know I say finally, and some people were oh, that's really fast and you should slow down and blah blah blah. But let's be realistic here, that I started at 326 pounds, so over 23 stone. So I had a lot to lose. I still have a significant amount to lose to get to what I have as a goal weight in mind. I also am still currently obese, although within the next £5 will be out of the obese category and into being overweight. So that's like the next thing. So whilst losing £100 is very, very exciting, it doesn't actually change anything for me right now. I'm still going to keep on using Mounjaro. I'm still going to keep on doing all the things that I have been doing to continue to chip away at that weight, to continue to trim down, lose the fat, get fitter and healthier as a result. So, but I am going to take a moment just to celebrate and appreciate having got to this point, and like, and be thankful to me 9 months ago for like taking that decision, recognizing that I desperately needed the help and doing something about it, because like now